Hello, welcome back to another video. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I did. I had a lot of turkey. Today we're gonna have some turkey gravy sandwiches, you know what I mean? Turkey gravy sandwich. But yeah, I want to talk about Ashes of Creation. I want to talk about it in a different light, talking about it in a different view. Everybody's hating, dude. Why is everybody hating on the game? There's so many people hating on the game. And a lot of these people don't even play the game, you know what I mean? Dude, honestly, I'm just tired of all the hate, man. There's, like, every other day, it seems, there's, like, 2 or 3 new videos. It's just, like, Ashes of Creation doomed to fail, Ashes of Creation DOA, Ashes of Creation dog shit, Ashes of Creation terrible, and it's just like, bro, half these people, they played maybe, like, 2 hours, maybe they didn't even play, maybe they just looked at a fucking trailer and, like, just judged it based on cover, you know what I mean? And it's just, like, to me, it's super fucking annoying because I really love the game. I see the vision. Steven, I hear you, bro. Baby girl hears you, all right? So I'm just trying to get the word out. Like, the game isn't all about what I talk about all the time, which is in-game min-max, being the best, owning the server. You can have fun and not do that. You don't need to own the server to have fun. You can go out with the homies and beat the shit out of just some random people for fun, for no reason.
We're all gonna be playing all weekend, so
Bye.
if you see us in game, we'll murder you.
And just log out, right? You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to like slave away every day, 16 hours a day, min-maxing every single second, every step, everything, and like burn yourself out over a month's time to get like the best stuff. Like you don't have to play that way. And you can 100% have way more fun than I did. I'll tell you what, I only had fun for like a week of this last phase, and that was like during the sieges, and it wasn't like a full week either. It was like spread out over time. So like during the sieges, I had fun. The war decks, some of the war decks, we had fun. Well, the ones where they didn't run away and hide or log out, whatever. Those were fun. You know, we had fun, but I think somebody who comes into the game as just somebody who likes MMOs, somebody who likes to play for the sightseeing and cosmetics, who likes to play for the combat and the skill rotation and party orientation, I think they will enjoy the game because to me, this is a very social like game. Even the nodes, nodes, you join a node, you become a citizen, you level up as a citizen now, you earn script, and you can run crates, you can do caravans, you get boats, you earn gold that way. There's so much to do, and players are building the nodes and literally player driven economy, player driven progression. So, like, you know, each node levels itself, and that's a big task in itself. And without, I think without the majority of casual players, we wouldn't even be able to level the nodes because, like I said, I spent 3.5 weeks standing on the mailbox in Winstead for 16 hours a day. Um, that's not fun. So I understand people, most people want like to log in and like have a raid boss fall on them and like have full raid loot and just go PvP or do whatever the end game activity is and just skip all the in between. But you got to understand this is a very long term, longevity type endurance MMO. So you can't just expect to jump in and you're just done. It's not a point and click, snap your fingers, we're there. And most people, I'm not. I feel like they don't want to put in the work, don't want to put the work in or the effort to actually get rewarded for it, which is what we did, right? So 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, 16 hours a day on a mailbox. Well, we got rewarded for it in the end, right? We had the best gear. We we touched probably the most gold on the server, and we were only like 13 people starting out this phase. Now, looking on Discord, we have a lot signed up for our. We have a meeting coming up in a couple days here, discussing phase plans and things like that. Also, they just did the Phoenix Initiative meeting, so we have to talk about that meeting.
Yeah,
But yo, before we get in the video, do any of y'all have palms that look like this? See that? Even my fingers are starting to turn that color. See the mark? And then it's on, and then the tips. I think I play the game too much, dude. And that's not just from like today. That's been there for like, I don't know, years. It's always been there. I've never had a camera this good of quality to show y'all. Like normally it's just like the same color. It's normally like red out because it's overexposed or whatever. But this is like a decent camera, so um now I can show you guys it. But let me know in the comments if anybody has Palmer. I think they're like Palmer hands or whatever. Something hands. I don't know. Gamer hands. Yeah.
And then we'll do
So yeah, I'm always talking about Endgame. I'm always talking about min-maxing. I'm always talking about hardcore gameplay. You know what I mean? MMOs for most people aren't about that. It's about the journey. It's about the exploration. It's about the people you meet, the interactions you have, the PvP along the way, you know, the deaths, you know, the oh, I found this today. Like, just think about it, dude. Low level grinding, you're starting out, you know what I mean? You're in like ROS, Highwayman Hills. There's like a few of you, one of your buddy dies, and then all of a sudden there's like a 10v10 brawl happening, right? Just spontaneous combat, chaos, just yeah, it's just messy, it's unpredictable, it's just fun, you know what I mean? And you don't need the best gear, you don't need the best mounts, you don't need to be like the best PvPer to have fun in an MMO. You really just need to log in. Now, look, I'm not saying there's not bugs or issues performance wise, etc. I'm not saying character creation is fine tuned or whatnot. There are issues, okay? Slash bug to report these. The game, this is not a game. This is an alpha. If you didn't know, this game is an alpha. It's releasing as early access on Steam, okay? So there's definitely 100% bugs. But besides the point, if you can get past the bugs, I literally made like the best gear in the game and touched over 40,000 gold this phase. So even with all the bugs, like everything currently in the game is achievable. So and yeah, like I was saying, dude, Endgame, there's just this MMO Endgame is not for everyone. Currently, the Endgame is sieges, okay, and if you're not max level and you don't have good gear and you aren't affiliated with the guild that started the siege, you're probably not going to be a part of the siege unless the defender team allows you on their team. And same thing applies there. They might not want you because you're not high enough level. They might not want you because you're a fighter. They might not want you because you're not geared enough, XYZ. And well, but you have to understand later on, there's going to be node destruction where you lose all your effort put into the node, it de-levels, you lose all the materials in that node, etc. So you lose a lot, and it also costs 1,000 gold to start these sieges. So you have to understand, we can't just let any Joe Smo into our sieges. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're potentially just losing 1,000 gold or losing your node. And both are very bad. And if you attack somebody and lose, if somebody, okay, let me put it this way. If somebody attacked me and they lost, I would immediately go and attack their node and destroy their node. And then some of the other hate we've been getting, and I saw a lot of people, especially YouTubers and just random people, oh, you know, the world's only like 20, 30% complete, you know. Well, the world is fucking huge. So like to walk from Winstead, right, which is a node in the game, which is like a centralized node. Walk from there to like the new Anvil's starting area takes like over 30, 40 minutes. And then you can die on the way. The world is massive. And for a casual player who doesn't know every nook and cranny like I do, I can tell you where anything spawns. The world is even bigger for them, and it's just full of danger. There's one thing I can't wait for, and that's more the lore. I actually do like the lore. Like Diablo 4, I was really huge in the lore in Diablo. And this game, I'm very excited to see what Steven and them put together for the lore. And this MMO, I'm just saying, Ashes of Creation. It's more like a fantasy novel for people, like a live action fantasy novel type thing, right? Like it's not just an in-game funnel game. Like people need to create your own journey, make your own fun, like have imagination. Like you don't need to try to play like me. And if you do, you're just gonna get frustrated and quit the game probably. I am built different from most people. That's why our guild isn't that big, because we only try to recruit people who play like me, right? So there's a lot of players, but we don't allow just any willy-nilly, right? If you want to join a guild, go apply to like Cats with Abs or something. Like they'll let anyone in. But we have like recruitment, like guidelines, we have like tests, we have evaluations. Like we aren't, we're Vice, right? So there's a different level of mentality in MMOs, and I would say Vice is like the 3%, the 1%, okay? And a guild like Cats is the other, like sheeple, like just the people who play to have fun, and right, like the overlords, like the RPers, right? Like Dunhold. Dunhold's like the 200-man RP guild that I saw doing like the 40-man RP event across that bridge, giving that guy the ring. Like that was one of the coolest things I've seen. They were like synchronized walking all together, like down a road, like literally 2.5 hours to this bridge, like a dead end bridge. And then it was like on the side of a cliff in the anvils. And then they did this big RP event. They presented him a ring, and it was insane. Like to me, like I wanted to war deck them, but
Yeah.
but here's the difference between Vice and Dunhold and the other guilds, okay? So, like, in Vice, most of us only have fun when we're killing other people, when we're murdering other people.
We're all going to be playing all weekend, so if you see us in game, we'll murder you.
Like, if we're not PvPing, we're not having fun. That's pretty much it, okay? And we also have to win. So if we're not winning and PvPing, then we might as well not be playing, and we're upset. But guilds like Cats and Overlord and Dunhold, all these other RP casual guilds, they're always having fun. They're always doing fun things. They don't just playing the game for them is fun, and they're having their own little journey. They're in their own little world, and they're living their fantasy. So what I'm saying is, should you buy Ashes of Creation? If you are a casual player and you don't min-max and you don't care about in-game sieging, and you're not some like Spurg XYZ PvPer who only wants to solo and do in-game content, and you enjoy journeys and fantasies and just playing with your friends and having a good time and exploring a very large world, well, yes, you should buy the game. All right, well, I feel like I've been talking for like 10 minutes now. It's time to make turkey gravy sandwich, so I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.